What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Memphis Conservative channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and hit that like button and share this video and comment down below. So shout out to the Daily Caller for this one. Of course, y'all already know President Trump had fired Pam Bondi, um, the Attorney General lady. From what I was told, or well, I ain't gonna say told, but well, from what I read earlier, that he had fired her before he did his speech last night addressing the Iran war. So, so that really happened last night. But of course, everybody's know by now that that she got fired. And I got this title: Why did President Trump fire Pam Bundy? That's what a lot of us wanted to know. I mean, we heard the rumors are still going around her handling of the Epstein files and stuff like that. So we're gonna see. Rumors have swirled for months about President Donald Trump firing the Attorney General Pam Bundy. And the president finally pulled the trigger Thursday. Actually, like I said, I read something earlier. He did it last night before the speech, but it says Thursday. Trump told Bundy Wednesday there it is, before his big speech on Iran, that her time as AG was coming to an end. One White House official told the Daily Caller that there is no bad blood between the president and the AG, but that he was overall dissatisfied with her job performance. The official added that the president had been mulling whether to fire Pam Bundy or not for months as her mistakes added up. So basically, I mean, if that's what was really going on, basically he was really giving her chance after chance after chance after chance. Because when she first bought those first set of Epstein files, okay, it was transparency, but not exactly because a whole lot of stuff, important stuff, was blacked out, redacted out. We weren't A lot of us that was looking, for to see that. We weren't expecting that, and of course, no arrest with these people, and anybody that was involved. Deputy AG Todd Blanche would take over in the interim, the president announced in a True Social post. While Blanche oversees the department, the White House official told the caller uh, the president is taking time to consider potential replacements, adding that there is no urgency to pick someone new. But Trump was having conversations with replacements for Bondi even before he made the official announcement. A source familiar with the situation told the caller that EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin was at the White House Tuesday to meet with Trump about wildlife response when the conversation about replacing Bondi was broached. Since that conversation, the source told the caller that the atmosphere within the EPA seemed different, as if people know that Zeldin might be leaving soon. Colleagues have started discussing it amongst themselves. The source told the caller that it seems likely EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin will be tapped for the position. Dave Futor, the deputy EPA administrator, is a front runner to replace Zeldin at his post. The Daily Mail reported that Bondi was fired partly because Trump believes she had tipped off Democratic California Representative Eric Swalwell to the Federal Bureau of Investigation's intent to publicize documents concerning a probe into his alleged relationship with a Chinese spy. A White House official told the caller the report was false. Uh, BS. A source familiar with Bundy's firing texted the caller. Swalwell also denied that he had a heads up from anyone in the administration in a statement to uh, Summerford. I mean, let's just say she did do that, and they went and asked him. What makes you think he gonna tell the truth that he didn't get tipped off? Some reports indicated that Bondi was not prosecuting enough of those who Trump saw to be political enemies, causing him to fire the AG. In August, Trump told the caller that it would not bother him to see James Comey and John Brennan handcuffed live on TV. See, I wouldn't have answered that question that way 4 years ago. Do you understand that? I wouldn't, Trump told the caller. The comments came not long after Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, turned the Russian Gate investigation over to the Department of Justice. A grand jury has since been investigated. I don't know how true it is. They claim Tulsi Gabbard gonna be next. Another alleged big misstep of Bundy's was her handling of the Epstein files. Coming off the July 4th holiday weekend on Sunday night, Access posted a memo from the DOJ and FBI announcing their investigation into Jeffrey Epstein found no evidence he maintained a client list or was murdered. The move set off a months long news cycle around the files, angering Trump's base. Bondi had previously acknowledged that she was reviewing a client list during an interview on Fox News. I remember that. Yep, she did. She did say that. She also gave a group, excuse me, a group of MAGA social media influencers a phase one binder of the Epstein files. Inside the administration, top officials were angry with Bundy's handling of the files and how it ended up reflecting on them. You can arrest all the drug leaders and cartel leaders, but people want closure on this case. And the attorney general must find a better way to reconcile that. One official previously told the caller about the handling of the Epstein files. So basically, it just seems like to me it's like he was giving her so many chances, so many chances. Trump really wanted to see, he really wanted to see some perp walks, handcuff, top people. I mean, politicians. He wants to see handcuffs because of who all name was mentioned in those documents and stuff. I mean, she did arrest a lot of people and came down the car, like you said, drug dealers, cartel people, and and stuff like that. Even the people that stormed the church out there in Minnesota and stuff. But for as people that was involved in the Epstein file stuff, don't seem like none of those people, have got arrested at all, handcuffed or nothing like that. So was everybody really? Even the people that didn't like Trump, that don't like Trump, they wanted it so bad to see them Epstein files because they wanted. It's like they wanted Trump to be in there somewhere. Yeah, he was in there, but not the way that they wanted him to be. Because the Epstein stuff kind of sort of died down like a little bit, especially since the war been going on. But yeah, he finally got rid of a lot of MAGA and Trump supporters and Republican voters and stuff. Some people been saying, what took so long? They glad she gone, and and stuff like that. Um, but she was supposed to try to indict like Letitia James, James Comey, them. Like they did do their part, took it to the grand jury, and then they tried to get them in court. Then they did an appeal thing because the first part didn't work out. Then they went for part two, still didn't work out. Then they wanted to go for it again, and grand jury said, "Look, we ain't messing with this no more." Maybe it had a lot to do, with the judges that had the cases. Because a lot of them judges, like you said, a lot of these judges are Biden appointed, Obama appointed, just pretty much Democrat appointed. Get me wrong, Bush son, he got something in there though too, but he's still right along. He's To me, Bush Jr. was just like a John Thune. You over on the Republican side, but you really one of them over there. Um, but I'll tell you this, because some people, they was like, you act like Republicans don't do nothing and they don't never do nothing wrong, and Democrats just so. So I said, and I tell people in a minute, no, I don't feel like that, and I don't think that. But I do know about the Democratic Party today. It's not the same Democratic Party 20, 30 years ago. Hell, I try to tell my own family members that, my uncle and them, my mama and them. It's not the same party 20, 30 years ago where they actually had some people over there that had some sense, some common sense. This party now, these extremists, these radical, crazy folks, uh, to come up with all type of policy laws and stuff like that, ridiculous stuff. And I just put it out there, unchristianity stuff. So I would never support them over there. I kind of align more over here on this side. But at least some of them got some sense. Don't get me wrong. It's crooks over there too in the Republican Party. But you still have some people over there in that party that got some sense. They got enough sense. Like men playing the women's sports and men going in the women's bathroom and the locker room and all that kind of stuff. They put a stop to that. So I kind of lean over there to that kind of stuff. That's why I kind of lean over there to them. But yeah, kind of shocked me though this morning when I was on the truck at work and it came to my phone like that, and I was like, I was kind of shocked because that was kind of, I can say quick, but it was just out the blue. But that's like first thing that kind of popped in my phone, came to my phone this morning when I was driving the truck. I said, "What? He done fired him." I had to stop working for a minute. And I was like, "Let me read this," because I thought it was when first somebody had texted me about it. And I was like, "Let me read this." I was like, "Is this fake?" And then I started looking it up and other platforms and stuff, and I found out it was true. So, so the guy that he got now used to be his lawyer in that case that Alvin Bragg in New York had brought to Trump when they was trying to get him on something. I forgot what that case was about, but anyway, that guy was the Todd Blanche. He was his lawyer or whatever. So he got him as acting right now. The thing about this Eric Swalwell, he claimed he didn't get a heads up, but let's just say if she did do that, if they got any proof or evidence that she did do that, what makes you think that he was gonna tell the truth about it anyway? So he wasn't gonna own up to that one. But y'all let me know what y'all think about him firing Pam Bundy. Do y'all agree with the firing, or a lot of the attempts, to arrest people was out of hand? I ain't gonna say out of hands, but was it her fault? Due to these appointed judges, the ones that don't like Trump, that they was put in those seats on purpose to go against everything Trump does or bring to the courts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Thanks for stopping by the Myth Conservative channel. Subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.